Boom.
Oh, hello.
Think we're on. Yeah, we got people here.
All right.
Welcome. You know what I didn't do? I didn't grab my phone to see if I could watch it on cellular to make sure we don't.
Oh,
We did move the internet back into this room, so
well, here's what I'm going to do.
I don't know if it'll help.
I've got my phone. I'm not going to turn it on until we notice something happening, and then I'll monitor.
Okay.
Does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
Look who's first in there.
Todd.
Mr. Blount. And we got Stacy.
Hey there, Stacy.
My mom.
Well, hello.
Hello to Stacy. Hello to Todd. Hello to my mom. We got Anita. Hello, Anita.
Hi, Anita.
I'm going to assume Ed is there as well. So hello to Ed if you're there. And that's it. We're caught up.
Oh, okay.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Kimbra is in better spirits than she was when last we met.
I'm not fixed, but
not
I'm
fixed, no.
better now.
She's not in a lot of pain. So that's good.
I still have to sit in the big chair because the other chairs hurt my back.
Yeah. But still, at least she's not in pain. She can get up, she can walk, she can do all those things. So
Yeah.
So that's good. All right. Well, let's see. I don't know if the chat is moving or if it's just quiet, but we'll find out. So there we go. Stacy says, glad you are feeling a little better.
Oh, thank you, Stacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there's Les.
Hey, Les.
Good evening. How are things? Kimber, are you feeling better? Great thumbnail, Matt. Actually, she did the thumbnail. Mostly. Well, AI did the thumbnail.
I asked AI to make the thumbnail,
but it didn't make it wide enough, so I had to add some to the sides. But unless if you may have already heard this, but Kimber is feeling better. We're not done with it, but she is definitely feeling way better than last week, I would say.
The first part of the saga has ended.
Yeah.
And now we move into the next part.
Now it's on to the next step. Right? These dragons are hungry. We didn't feed them this morning because we knew we'd be doing this.
Oh, you dropped one.
I did?
Oh, no, you didn't.
So.
How about this dragon over here?
That dragon over there? Yeah, this dragon already jumped into the food bin.
Marty?
Hey there, Patty.
You can't. Oh, hey, Patty.
Don't get my thumb.
You're kind of eating my hair.
It tastes like cotton candy. Is it the... Ooh, these worms reek. Whew. So, what's new, everybody? Did anybody watch that shark documentary? We haven't watched more of it yet.
No, but we need to.
We've been busy.
Because my mom's going to take the Netflix back.
Oh, so, is
she? Yeah. So we need to watch it.
Shark Week starts Sunday, and I've been working on some shark designs. We haven't gotten any of the other designs out yet, but I'm hoping maybe Sunday I can get some. We're going to do, we are doing lunch, I think, with JT and Jen on Sunday. Tomorrow we're like full up because we got to clean the house. It's a disaster. And then we got D&D in the evening. But I'm hoping that, I'm hoping Sunday I can get some stuff done because we've got the ones we showed last week, and then I've drawn like...
You got like 6 or 7 sharks?
I think I've got 8 different species of sharks that are ready to be turned into magnets, maybe earrings. I'm not sure they'll all work for earrings, but I thought we could release them next week during Shark Week, and for fun, for funsies. You want another one? Yeah. So that's what's been going on with us. There we go.
Oh, are they coming in?
Slowly. it's safe to swim in the ocean since all the sharks will be busy with Shark Week. Yeah, but Shark Week was already filmed, so. But it is still safe to swim in the oceans, at least as far as sharks go. So yeah.
You want this, Marty? Hey, you want that?
Captain's hungry.
Marty's like trying to crawl on my back.
Is she?
Well, she keeps turning the other way. Marty is waiting for a worm to drop off your head. Yeah, maybe. I don't have worms on my head, girly.
It could happen. These are giant mealworms. These aren't the super worms. Although I think both of them are big enough for super worms now. So. Oh, sorry.
You hit him in the head?
I did. I hit him in the head. There we go.
He's still so little.
So I don't know if you were here last week, you may remember me saying that I had ordered a didgeridoo for Prime and it hadn't shown up yet. Well, it showed up, and I don't know how to play it yet. Okay, but
before you do that, hold on.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll even be able to hear it because of the way the microphones work.
Todd says he's heading. It's little. I can't read all of that.
This one?
Yeah.
Off to LA for 3 days. Take care of my mom's tech to-do list. Well, my son will. I will be there in the pool relaxing. Patty has to stay home and do homework.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no. And there is Les says, internet seems to be working. Les, I really wish you wouldn't have typed that out loud. Because you know what's going to happen. We did move it.
We moved the stuff back into this room. So the computer is hardwired. But,
hey there, Dave and Brandy.
This is the place where it originally stopped working. So I don't know.
You guys got your package?
Oh, yeah. Brandy, did you get that?
Make sure it was all right and everything. And Stacey, so this is a didgeridoo. This is a I didn't even notice it says World Percussion on the side of it. There, it was cheap. It was like $30. I can make the sound. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back up.
You gonna do it into my microphone?
Yeah, or over that way. You tell me if you can hear this. I'll see if I can even get it to make the right sound. If that ain't it. Nope.
No.
I was doing it all day. Let me try this.
No.
There we go. That is not what it sounds like to play the didgeridoo.
Yeah,
but that is kind of the sound it makes, or at least one of the sounds that it makes. Look up didgeridoo music to hear what it sounds like properly. But then Kimber printed me this little small travel didgeridoo, which let me see if I can get this one to work. It's the sound of your homeland.
All right. We've got lots of messages. Let's talk to them instead of
So there we go. She's going to make me a big, long printed didgeridoo.
Yeah,
as well.
But it takes like 2 days.
Yeah.
Todd says, do you have one router? We do, but it's not necessarily the router. It's that our internet is literally going in and out.
Yeah, we think it's a connection either outside or in the wall. Well, probably outside. It's probably like the box since both indoor ports had issues.
And Brandy says, I did love them. I will send pics.
Oh, good.
And want to send a message about it after the live. Okay, cool. And feel free to leave a review on Etsy. Les says, wow, I feel like I'm in the Outback, the steakhouse, not Australia. And Brandy says, quite the sound. I'm going to let you keep reading because I'm like squinting trying to read that from here.
Sounds like a mating call.
Well, no, go up. There you go. There.
This one?
Yeah.
I need to send you a care package, a couple mesh network components. I don't know if that'll help or not, but we could try it. We need to just have them come out, but we don't have time to do anything. It seems. Wrong emoji. LOL. I meant this one. Todd says, sounds like, whoa. Oh, he sees the worms over there. I'm not feeding worms fast enough for the little man. Bogart and the captain's worms, man. What's it supposed to sound like? My mom asks.
Kind of what it was sounding like.
Yeah, but it's
just more better.
More better, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's like there's like rhythms and stuff that go to it, but it is kind of a deep droning sound. But yeah, don't think that that's what a proper didgeridoo player sounds like, because that's what a person who's just figuring out how to get it to make sounds like. I have to learn something called circular breathing too, so that'll be fun in all my spare time. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Anita says Marty is looking good. The captain is growing. Yeah. Marty's back down to a good healthy weight, which is more than I can say for myself. And captain is indeed growing, and he's eating us out of house and home. So I mean, look at the little man. He's like an eating machine. So yeah, that's our dragon world there. Cool.
So, Marty, are you jealous? Marty's sad that you're not giving her any.
Well, I've got to keep this one fed. You can dig in here and get some if you want. But if I don't, then he's going to jump in the box. And, it's like feeding the beast here, or Captain Cam.
Anita says, I seriously can't wait for Marty snuggles.
Captain's like, what about me, Anita? You don't want to snuggle me? What am I, chopped liver? That's okay. He's like, I'll snuggle with Ed.
Oh!
He's an active little guy, isn't he? You're an active little guy. Give me kisses. Kisses. Kisses.
Bite your nose.
Kisses.
Marty gives kisses. Yep, Captain Snuggles too. Ed says okay.
So, anybody got a cruise coming up? As I'm just sitting here feeding worms to this lizard. Any cruises coming up? What's our cruise? Our cruise is under, is it under 90 days now?
Well, last week it was 92. So
then yeah. Was it 92 last week?
Yeah. So what's 92 minus 7? 85?
85, yeah. 85. 85 days. What is this? Get that somewhere else, because it's weird looking. All right. Yep, 85 days. Dave and Brandy, Carnival Freedom. Oh, going to Celebration Key on July 28th.
Oh, nice.
That's real close. Like this July. What is today's like the.
Today's the 18th. That's 18th? In 10 days.
That's exciting. Well, did you just try? That's your foot, dude. What are you doing?
Stacy says 43 days.
I'm curious about Celebration Key. 43 days. That's not bad either. That's like half of ours, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, not too shabby. Oh, that is
I
dead.
would like to provide a live one.
Okay, well.
If there's one in there.
There are live ones in here.
Okay.
Yeah, they're moving around. Captain sees them. Yeah, 10 days. That's awesome. I have not. I looked at Celebration Key a little bit when we first heard about it, but I have not really investigated it since. So, yeah, I'm really
You're gonna make him real fat if you
curious
keep
about.
doing that.
He is a growing boy. He can eat more. He's like a teenager. You know, they just eat and eat and eat and grow and grow and grow. Plus, we didn't feed him yesterday at all. He didn't even get salad today or yesterday.
Oh,
So,
well, he's gonna get some salad tomorrow then.
well, we got to get some salad for him.
Hey there, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Where am I? I don't know. Where are you? Are you in Tampa coming to visit us?
Are you about to book a group cruise?
Oh yeah, that would be good. Stacy says we're going to Celebration Key on September 3rd.
Cool. Yeah, I want to know what, you know what I want to know. I want to know what the snorkeling's like there.
Scott says, how's everybody been?
We've been pretty good.
Had our ups and downs.
Yeah. But right now we're, I think, heading in the right trajectory.
Yeah.
So, if I stop feeding you, are you going to behave, or are you going to try and keep getting to these worms?
He's probably going to dive in. Marty's being good.
Yeah, Marty is being good. Marty's a grown up. She has to act polite.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. There's definitely been some stuff going on between these two.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about that a little bit. Captain, you're just not old enough, buddy. That's all there is to it. You just gotta wait. You gotta develop a little bit more. Yep. That's the breaks, kid. So Celebration Key is in Freeport, right? So that will be interesting to see what that's all about. Are there any excursions that Dave and Brandy or Stacy and Gina that you've booked, or is it more of like, Half Moon Key where, yeah, there's some excursions, but nobody's really going to do them for the most part? You just go, it's like a free beach day kind of thing. Love is in the air, yes. Love is in the air.
We're going to be seeing some Simba Nala. Can you feel the love tonight?
Can you feel the love tonight?
What are you doing, dude?
Where are you going? Look at that lizard. Look at that lizard. You see that lizard right there?
He needs to shut his face.
He does need to shut his face.
My mom can't get in the chat.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't know.
I don't know why. She wouldn't be able to get in the chat. That's what you call double dragon. Stacy says, we are just going to stay in Celebration Key and have a beach day, checking out the new spaces. I feel like that's kind of the vibe of the place, Scott says, so are we happy or unhappy about the changes to the Carnival VIFP program? I don't know anyone who's happy.
Do not jump.
I don't know anyone who would be happy about those changes. I sort of understand, but I also understand why people are really upset about it.
Here's what I say. I understand why they needed to make a change. I don't like the change they made.
Yeah, I would say I'm in that camp. I think that they really, I think they're not really being considerate to their loyal customer base. And I don't know if that's because they didn't think they could find a way to financially do it, or they just don't care, or they think they can build new customers. I don't know why they made these choices but I've seen other businesses make similar choices and probably regret it. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, not thrilled. It doesn't affect me personally that much, to be honest. I don't care that much personally about that stuff, but I know that it's upsetting, and I get it. I get why people will be annoyed with it. Dave and Brandy say we are going to walk around and get the lay of the land. We will be back to Celebration Key in November on the Mardi Gras Halloween cruise. That's exciting. We will be on a cruise in October, but not Carnival. We'll be on Margaritaville, so kind of like a carnival. But Celebration Key is by Banana Bay. Banana Bay in Freeport, and Banana Bay is beautiful. See, I've never been to Freeport. I've never been, and I know a lot of people kind of knock Freeport, but I know some people who had really good experiences at Freeport. So I was real curious about Freeport. Yeah, Stacy definitely not a fan of it. So question, Scott says, does this change make you less likely to travel with them? That is an interesting question. I don't know. Does it make you less likely to travel with Carnival?
I don't think so. But it is, I mean, it might give me more reason to look at other options. So previously, I've almost always gone to Carnival first to look for stuff.
Right.
However, not necessarily just because of this change, but because of our recent booking with Princess and what I know of how their packages work, I would probably look there first.
Yeah. That's what I was
But not necessarily because of this change.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, just kind of coincidentally, timing wise, one, we were real happy with Margaritaville, which is limited options, but real happy with that cruise. And two, we haven't been on the Princess Cruise yet, but a lot about the Princess Cruise that we know, like the way they do some of their packages and stuff, and just the reviews that they get from people that we have a lot of confidence in their opinions. Mostly, they have been overwhelmingly positive. There's been a couple exceptions to that from people that I do have a lot of respect for, but I think that was mostly situational. So yeah, I think I'm less likely to go to Carnival, not necessarily because of these changes, but because I'm seeing some possibly better options out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, our MSC cruise was really good. You know, we like the Islander, Princess, their package situation. Like, there's so many other things now. I still really want to try Norwegian.
Yeah.
You know, so it's maybe it's more of the timing of this has given me more reason now to look more out there than previously.
Yeah, I mean, I and Dave and Brandy said, I'm not thrilled, but it's going to stop us, not going to stop us sailing Carnival. We go for the crew and the fun. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, honestly, like the VIFP program was nice, and there's definitely some perks that were nice, but I've never been that concerned about the loyalty programs of any of the cruises. I know I talk about it like I am, but so would it ultimately keep me from sailing Carnival? No, I like Carnival's product, and I like their prices. Now, if Carnival's prices go up and are more than other cruise lines, that would definitely push me away from them. Just because, like I said, this, if the other ones don't go up relative to that, because we do like Margaritaville, and I think we're gonna really, really like the Princess cruise line. That may become our cruise line. I don't know. I don't know. I am in my 50s, so. Uh, Les says, after cruising since 1987, I don't think we can afford to maintain. The Diamond says, no. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I just feel like something's going to have to give with that, because it's just either they just don't care about, they just don't want people to have that.
They care about the
anymore.
money. I mean, that's honestly what it is. You get
Right.
higher status when you spend more money.
But I feel like people that can afford to spend that much money on cruising
aren't cruising on Carnival.
They're not cruising Carnival. They're cruising Celebrity and
Holland
and Princess and big giant Royal Caribbean ships and stuff like that, or the smaller ships
like Azamara.
Like, so I don't really know who they're marketing to, unless they're just trying to have something available that most people don't care about. Scott says, I think I agree with Kimbra, but as long as a ship has a casino on there. Gotcha. I needed to read the next comment there.
Why are you so wiggly?
So that's anything but Disney, pretty much, for you, Scott. Well, maybe some of the smaller ships may not. David Brandy, which I think it's Brandy, but Dave may be there too. We are starting to try other lines to see what else is out there, but Carnival will always be home to us. Yeah, I mean, I feel very comfortable on Carnival. There are things that Carnival has that if I don't sail with them, I will miss. No matter how good Princess is, they won't have Guy's Burger, they won't have Blue Iguana Taco or Burrito or whatever, both. There's definitely things that I really like about Carnival, and those are probably going to be different. There's certain things that all cruise lines do that maybe other cruise lines will do better than Carnival, but there's things that individual cruise lines do that are unique to them. And the only one that I know of that I care about, that I've experienced, are the unique things on Carnival, because Royal doesn't do anything for me unique. And I don't know, Margaritaville did have some good drinks.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I mean, the Islander has the that beanbag game, which is not the only reason to sail it.
No, but it's, I mean, those are little things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Guy's Burger is a little thing to us, to me, but those are little things that, like, kind of, boost a line or a ship above others, perhaps. Stacy says, if they don't change it, we won't be sailing Carnival anymore after the ones we have already booked. I want to continue to support a company who treats its most loyal customers like that. Yeah, I mean, and that's valid. I think you should be able to vote with your non-dollar and maybe find one. You guys were, and really, Stacy and Gina, maybe more than most other people I know. I don't know how much, Brandy, I don't know how much you guys have sailed outside of Carnival, but you guys have really stuck to Carnival very loyally, where I'm kind of fast and loose with my cruise lines, but Carnival is the one that I would say, like I've always said.
Oh my goodness, dude, what is your problem?
Is my favorite cruise line. This may push me in another direction. I don't know. I think I'm still going to like Carnival, but as far as the experience goes, but I don't know. Yeah, it kind of sucks. It'll be interesting to see if a lot of people do what you do, Stacy, and it'll be interesting to see how Carnival reacts to that. Yep. Scott says, I have been on Regal Princess, loved it. I mean, that's and it's the same company, I guess, corporation, Carnival Corporation, obviously, but
that's I'm pretty sure that's the Princess we're going on.
Is it Regal that we're going on?
I believe.
I mean, look, who Mary Miller tried to get us over to Princess. She's been on me trying to get me to Princess for forever. Ed and Anita Princess people. And now
you're about to get put away.
And now JT and Jen, they had a really amazing experience on a Princess cruise. And those are kind of three different style cruisers, I would say. And they all love Princess. So, you know, got to give it a shot. They have a casino, Scott.
Scott said he's been on Princess.
I know. I'm just saying they have a casino, so,
Yeah.
you know.
You gonna keep scrolling and read the other comments?
Oh, there are more. It wouldn't scroll.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Les says we will still cruise. Carnival. Dave and Brandy. Yeah, you guys have been on Islander. So yeah, Love Islander. Hey there, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
How you doing? Scott says NCL is amazing. Oh, there's Dave. Hey, Dave. Dave says we are doing our first Princess cruise next year, going to Alaska and can't wait. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think of it because I hold your opinions to a high regard as well on that. Princess is about to make some changes. My BDM says we will know more on Monday. Like, what kind of changes? Hopefully they're not going to make changes. I mean, I'm not really anywhere near a loyalty program on them, but still. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Hey there, Viviana.
Hey, Viviana.
Viviana, what's the level on that adventure?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Viviana, and we can help you tomorrow, but make like a 5th level character. I think it might be a 7th, but make a 5th level character or try. If you need help, we can get you taken care of tomorrow. But I will say this, now that I'm just having a live with Viviana, it's about D&D. I can tell you this, the adventure is going to take place at a festival. So if that inspires you at all. Anita says we will probably still sail Carnival even. Wait, I should probably not add words that aren't there. We probably sail Carnival enough for it to affect us. We cruise Princess mostly. Oh, don't. Okay. Matt, you and Kimbra will have Princess cruise partners. Yes, we will.
All right. Say goodnight to Captain. We're done.
Good night, Captain.
Will you take Marty so she doesn't fall off all? Because she's being good. Captain is being wild.
Captain's got a little too much energy. Captain's got a little captain in him. Anita says we probably don't sell Carnival. Yep, I figured that out. Let's see. Les says pricing and destination is what determines who we cruise. Honestly, really, like that's how I felt like the last couple of cruises. I've really been like, let's get back to the basics. Like, why do I cruise? And honestly, like all the ship stuff, the food, the entertainment, all that stuff is great, but none of that is why I cruise. So for me personally, it's about connecting with the sea. It's about going to the ports. Like that is what made me fall in love with cruising. And although I do enjoy all those other elements, that is not why I cruise. So for me, I'm like, I've decided I don't want these giant ships. I want smaller ships with less people.
I want a quiet place to sit down where I can watch the water and relax.
Yeah, and I want to go to ports and do stuff at those ports that snorkel, scuba dive, hike, do cultural things. Like that's what I love. I want to experience the Caribbean and the Bahamas and Mexico. Like I love those places. I want to experience those places. The ship is ultimately it's just a way to get there for me.
Where are you going?
And I know that's my personal experience, but I'm kind of like feeling back to the basics kind of thing. What is that? Sorry. Oh, Brandy left us feedback on Etsy. I was like, it's got an Etsy thing on there. Brandy says, I love the bubble drink at the Bubbles Up bar. I will say the burgers are better than Guys. Oh, okay. I felt like they were comparable. I thought they were kind of the same, but they did have, I believe I like the burger topping bar better on that ship. They definitely weren't worse.
Oh, she posted a picture too.
Oh, cool. Oh,
We got 5 stars.
5 stars, including the 2 C stars.
Yeah.
Hey there, JT. He says, evening, folks. Had a call come through at 7:55. Yeah, I was wondering where you were because you were like, I'm going to be awake. And then you weren't here. And I assumed you were sleeping. But no worries, man. You got to take your call. It's fine. It's fine. Les says, but besides destinations and ships, probably meeting people is the most appealing thing for cruising for us. You know what? And I didn't say that, but honestly, like, look at what we're doing. Like, how does cruising affect us the most? And it's actually not even cruising that affects us the most. It's we come on almost every Friday night to hang out with our 12 closest friends. It says we have 19
Oh,
right
19.
now. Our 19 closest friends, and just do this. And maybe we talk about cruising, maybe we talk about sharks or nerd stuff, but we know everybody on here, except for Viviana, we know from cruising. And that's really cool.
And Viviana cruises too.
And that's much more valuable to me than cruising. So that is a very good point, Les. At the end of this year, we only need 6 days. We only need 6 days away from Diamond. Oh. Love Discovery Princess. Yeah, JT, we were talking about you guys loving Princess. Absolutely. Wait, did I read that one?
It just popped up twice.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. It is Regal Princess. Yes. I'm so glad you guys are going with us. I'm so glad we're going with you too. Let's see. People saying hi to JT. JT says, book Princess for December 2026. Viviana is giving I don't know what that face emoji is. Is that like surprised? I don't know if that's in reference to the D&D stuff or us saying that she's the only person in this. Well, and mom. I didn't meet my mom through cruising. That would have been
That would have been really weird. I mean, unless
really
you were born on a cruise ship.
Awkward. Well, that would have been.
But you weren't.
That also would have been awkward. Yeah. Todd says, we did Sky Princess in 2021. Amazing experience. JT still waiting on D&D lessons. I mean,
you could do one of those one shots with them.
We'll try. I think
Are
we
they
need
more
to go.
Complicated?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't looked at them all.
I haven't looked. I've skimmed them, but yeah, we may need baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps on that. We'll see. Stacy says Princess changes will possibly involve the loyalty program and the plus and premier packages, cost and benefits.
Oh.
Didn't they just change that though? Didn't they just change their?
They just changed the packages, yeah.
Oh, I like festivals. Well, honestly, Viviana, like I got all these books for other reasons. Like they've got cool stuff in them to help me as a dungeon master, but they all have like 3 to 5 or so one-shot adventures. And I thought I can just run one of those. It'll be good practice for me. It'll be good fun for everybody, good experience for everybody. And I was looking through them and I saw this one and it reminds me of like one of our murder mysteries. It's not a murder mystery, but it reminded me of a murder mystery kind of scenario. Like it's fun. It's got some really fun elements to it that are really cool. I'm very excited about it.
Here's a question. The idea for a character that I gave you earlier, would that be?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be fine.
That would be appropriate.
Yeah, there's not really anything that
I know
wouldn't work. But like when you're thinking of I said the festival thing, like because I don't know why you guys know each other and are there. So when you're thinking of your backstory, you know, you don't need an elaborate backstory. It's a one shot.
You're right.
I mean, you could use this character in something else potentially, but maybe that helps you. You're at this festival. It's like fun competitions, testing your all sorts of different skills, basically. That's the setting. That's not really giving anything away because you're going to know that right away. Scott says, I have been running D&D since January, doing a coastal campaign called Ghost of the Salt Marsh. They're now level 9. Scott, I've been running a game with Viviana and Kimbra and our friend Steve, but we have been on hiatus for a bit. And it's my own invention, although it is taking place on the Sword Coast. And basically, they are about to go into the Underdark and get into some real.
I was told I have to print some
thick of
minis
it.
before we do that. And last week I was unable to walk.
But they've been doing all kinds of stuff. Like they've been all over the place, and they've had all kinds of adventures. Kimber has a bird.
Viviana hates my bird.
Viviana hates the bird because the bird is expensive. Kimber's back is doing okay.
Better.
She's not in pain. She's still numb.
Yep, my foot's still numb.
She's got to do some stuff, and then they can fix it. But she has to do the stuff first, like physical therapy for insurance to pay for.
I'll find out
procedure.
More potentially Monday or Tuesday when they call me to tell me what I need to do before they'll approve it.
But she is not in agony and pain, and she can move around.
Walk.
And there is definitely a path to get her out of it. So that's good. That's good. Dave says, Margaritaville at Sea Islander reminds us of what Carnival was when we started cruising. Yeah, it just makes sense. Old school fun and cruising, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the kind of Jimmy Buffett vibe that they've got going on there. It is, I mean, it really, honestly, Margaritaville at Sea seemed like a Carnival cruise with a different like skin on it. You know, like if you put a different skin on some video software thing and it makes it look different, but it's really the same experience. That's pretty much what Islander felt like to me.
Yeah.
I did like the drink options better. Now I do like the alchemy bar, but other than that, that's usually about the only bar I like, except for like Mardi Gras and stuff has more bars that I like. But
this bar that we went to on the Islander had a similar vibe to the alchemy bar.
Yeah, but no absinthe. But there were drinks at almost every bar, multiple drinks at almost every bar that looked really good to me. And that is not the case on any other cruise I've been on. So
they make a good espresso martini.
Yep. Anita says Sell the Sky 2. People saying hello to everybody. Paul says Viv cruises, but she gets angry easy on a cruise. Viviana. Oh, I'm like, who's Viv? She gets angry. She doesn't get angry. Viviana never gets angry. She's a happy person. She gets a little irpy on there sometimes. But question, Scott. This is why we missed you, Scott. You come on with the question. You come firing questions. I love it. Do you have any contacts in Miami or Miramar? Not really, unfortunately.
I know somebody that used to live in Miami.
Do you?
Edie.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's no good. She's been here for a while.
I know. I didn't say it was recent.
Yeah, no, I really don't. I really don't have any contacts down there at all. Viviana, as you learn, chocolate sells everything.
So do donuts.
Love our cruise community, absolutely. And Dave and Brandy, I think we got into the cruising community about the same time. So I consider us old school. Some of the other people in here have been around the block a bit in the cruising community as well. I meant to play D&D. I'm tactical as hell. Yeah, what we need to do is play. We have D&D board games that are like sort of like the combat of the role-playing game, but only the combat. But it gives you a feel-ish for what the role-playing game combat feels like. Not exactly, but it's very tactical. It's very tactics-driven, based on the rules of the game. That I think you would enjoy. If you're going to enjoy anything, you'll enjoy that. If you enjoy that, then maybe we take it to the next level.
I still want to do that haunted house one that you were going to do.
Well, maybe I can get it going this October. Although we talked about that murder mystery thing.
Yeah.
Too. We still have a game. We do still have a game going technically as well. Yes, we do. Yes, it's just really hard to play virtually. You guys just need to move down here. You look good, HT, compared to when we saw you at the aquarium. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm straight.
And she got
sitting straight.
She got way worse after you saw her at the aquarium, like real bad. Do I need to paint these minis, Viviana? You are always encouraged to paint minis.
Nothing is required for tomorrow, though.
No, not for tomorrow. I'm curious about the third Margaritaville ship. Where it will home port. I am as well. And I don't even know that I really count the first one still, because I don't have any desire to sail that ship unless I had like an amazingly good deal on it. But I am anxious for a new ship that would be more like the Islander.
I remember looking at it when it was first announced. How big is it? Does anybody know?
It's another Carnival Corporation ship, I believe. We are excited about the Beachcomber. Is that the name of the Margaritaville Sea ship that's coming? The Beachcomber. We still need to try Paradise. Paradise is good. I mean, it's a fantasy class ship. You know, it's. I wouldn't say no to a Paradise cruise, but now that Margaritaville's in Tampa doing the same itinerary, I would go on Margaritaville over Paradise. Margaritaville, because it's basically, it's a Spirit class ship. You guys obviously are familiar with Spirit class ships, as you are. Our friends that also got married on a cruise ship, and you got married on the Pride, right? So, I would go Spirit class over Fantasy class any day of the week. Well, hello there, Jeff. Welcome aboard, Bonbini. I started watching you during the Cruise Geek days and Dave and Brandy within the last year. Yeah, but Dave and Brandy were around back then. Cruise Geek days. Yep. Hanging out with friends is what will be fun. Absolutely. Always. It was on the schedule for the port of Galveston about a month ago, but since then they have removed it off the schedule. Interesting. Either way, we are there. Interesting. Okay. It's Brandy says same as Sunrise. Which class is Sunrise? I used to know all this stuff back in the Cruise Geek days. You don't use it, you'll lose it. I don't remember what Sunrise class is. It's an old Costa ship. Yeah, I figured. But those are all Costa Carnival ships are mostly the same footprints. Roughly 100,000 gross tons. I meant Margaritaville at Sea. I should have said that. Oh, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. That makes more sense, actually. Yeah, I don't know if I want to try it. Like, I know JT and Jen were on that ship, and like I said, if the deal was good enough, I wouldn't say no. I would try it, but it'd have to be a real good deal because Whereas I hear almost exclusively positive about the Islander. I hear almost exclusively negative about the Paradise. Maybe less than what it used to be. Different cruise line owned it, but
I haven't been on any of those ships to think about the size of it.
yeah, JT knew which one you were talking about. But Fantasy class is also smaller than it, but not too much smaller, I guess. But the layout is so much better on Spirit class. Margaritaville at Sea's newest and largest ship, the Margaritaville at Sea Beachcomber, is over 102,500 gross tons and can accommodate 3,450 passengers. Thank you, Viviana. The Triumph class. Okay. Triumph class. I don't think I've ever sailed that class. I don't think I've sailed on any of the ships in the Triumph class. Sunrise is smaller than Spirit. Oh, okay. A little smaller. I'm okay with that. No, Spirit class are 88,500. So they are a little small. Oh, so Spirit class is smaller. We are on the Bahamas Paradise Grand Celebration, and it sucked. It was the OG Carnival celebration. Yeah. It's, I mean, I know you guys have told us about it. And I know I've seen other people go on it and talk to a few other people. Like I said, if they had like a really amazing cheap deal, I wouldn't say no. I don't care. I'll sail on like a cargo vessel if it gets me to an island, but for the right price, I could care less. But that's not true. I do care, but I'm not proud.
Oh, Anita, I finished the Nikki Hunt book. That's really off subject. I'm sorry. Well, we were talking about cruising, and then I was thinking about sitting down and reading, and I read a book. So it lined up.
But it was a cruise. Yep. And Brandy says, I just want to say we tried it. And that's valid. Look, here's what I'd recommend.
What are we talking about now? Because I have
the Margaritaville Paradise.
Oh, okay.
And you probably already know this, but what I would recommend is if you're going to do that, add it on to a regular cruise, and I would do it first because
you don't want to end on that.
No, that way you do that. If it's amazing, bonus. If it's okay, bonus. If it sucks, who cares? I got a full regular cruise coming up right after.
And for them, they have to travel here.
Right. They got to come from Pennsylvania. So
coming down here for a 2-night not great cruise.
No, unless you're just doing. Unless you're just doing a vacation or something as well.
But you could do that one and then come over to Tampa and jump on the Islander.
That's true. That's valid.
Visit us.
That's valid. Yeah. Anita, ready to experience Margaritaville? Yeah, we'll be on that one in October. It was good, wasn't it?
It was.
I'm like,
sorry, we're talking about the book.
Okay, I'm there. I'm catching up.
It was interesting because I was real kind of into the beginning of it, and then it totally switched gears and went somewhere else, and I'm like, why would they do that? And then it all connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, nice shirt, Matt. Yes, thank you, Anita. Where did I get this shirt from? I love this shirt. It's holding up very well too. I've worn this shirt a lot, and it's the print is held up very nicely. It's wrinkly, but that's not the fault of the shirt. That's the fault of the person that washed the shirt and then leaves it in the laundry basket because he's lazy. We will need to do that, Kimbra.
What is that one referring to? Something I said. Oh, come over here and...
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes, do that.
Love her books.
Yeah, I'm thinking about reading one of the other series that she does. I don't know. I haven't decided where to jump in next.
Viviana says the new Margaritaville ship is right on the cusp that I could sail out of Tampa if that helps you understand the size.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, for you, it's like, what's the weather going to be like? Because it is a long. Well, if you did one that went to like Key West and then to like Mexico or something like that, then you don't have that quite as long of a stretch, but you just got to have calm seas. Calm seas. Paradise Visit an Islander.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe I
Boom.
can convince Matt to jump on the Islander with you. Well, me too. Not just Matt.
She's trying to get rid of me.
No, I wouldn't send you off on a cruise without me. Getting rid of you would be me going on the cruise and leaving you here.
Wow. That's not going to happen, just so you know. We will buy only the best for you, Matt. I'm glad it's holding. Yeah, I mean, so I actually, this wasn't a print on demand. I was going to say, I'm always trying to find print on demand that do good quality, but well, it might have been a print on demand, but it wasn't like what I was thinking of, because
you're thinking more like Teespring
yeah,
sort of a thing.
Which I haven't heard anything recently if their quality has gone back up or not. Yeah. But I had some quality issues with Teespring, not at first.
Yeah.
So I stopped using them. But I feel like maybe they've improved. I don't know. I don't know. Please and thank you. All right. What time is it? 9:11. It's emergency time. 911. Dave says we are excited to see Celebration Key and get back to Half Moon Key next week. Oh, you're going to both of them on that cruise? That's cool.
A bunch of private islands.
That's awesome. Like double private island cruise? I don't know that I've seen that. Is that what you're doing? That's really cool if that's what you're doing. Because I like my private island time a lot. That'd be pretty awesome.
Marty, you're such a good girl. You should teach Captain how to do this.
She's still awake too.
Are her eyes open?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't tell.
Captain will get there. He's just
He's just being wild tonight.
He's just a young man. He's got a lot going through his little lizard brain.
The AI picture that they created was kind of funny when they made him.
Yeah. Steve says we are excited to go to those places again. We are going in September and October. Very cool. 5 nights, Celebration Key, Nassau, Half Moon Key on Freedom.
Cool.
That is pretty cool. I have not been to Nassau since the big port update either. So I'm quite curious about that as well. Captain is a boy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is turning into a little man is what's happening. He thinks he is a man. Don't expect much from him. Well, let's just say he's expecting something from Marty. Let's just say that.
He's a head-bobbing monster. And as soon as
he's made some attempts.
But he's a little
but
small.
the physics don't work in his favor.
He bit onto her neck the other day and wouldn't let go.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do. Little vampires. The port is much better in Nassau. Right. Well, I've heard that, but what does that mean? Like, because Nassau, I've never poo-pooed Nassau like some. I will say it's not my favorite port, but I don't detest it. You know, some people are like, Nassau, I won't even get off the ship. I don't have that attitude about Nassau. I can find fun things to do in Nassau. I like the rum distillery. I like the brewery. we had a great snorkeling experience at Junkanoo Beach for free. But now that was COVID, so it was really, nobody was there. So I don't know if it would still be like that. I like the Pirate Museum there. But the port's always been like run down, but what have they added? Just having it be a little nicer would be nice. September, we're on the Liberty to Key West, Celebration Key, and Nassau. October is Magic, Celebration Key. Oh, you're doing it too, and Half Moon Key. Both are 7-day cruises. Wait a minute. Magic is a 7-day cruise and you're only going to 2 stops? Or are you just not saying all the stops? Did you leave a stop out? And have you been to Key West before? I have lots of questions. Boy brain, yeah. Teenage boy brain. Yeah. We are going on Wonder of the Seas in late August, and in March we are planning to try the new MSC World America. Very cool. I know JT will be curious about that, as will we. Just more organized and not as chaotic. I mean, that's good. That's a big improvement. So, yeah, see, JT, we're interested in World America as well. Dave and Brandy saying, nice, Stacy. I don't know why it's really repeating comments on my end here. But it is. So, there you go. Boom. Oh, there we go. Anita says, museum. That's very abstract, Anita. Stacy says, yep, only 2 ports on the Magic. It's a special adults-only casino cruise. We've never been to Key West. So that's cool. Lots of sea days, and you've never been to Key West. I think that everyone should go to Key West on a cruise and then determine if they ever want to go back. No, I'm not knocking Key West. I've enjoyed Key West, but traveling there not on a cruise, no. A weekend in Key West, I could go on an 8-night cruise. No. The only downside is there's some cool things to do in Key West that you won't be able to do when you're there on a cruise. Like the ghost tour there is really fun if you're into that. Hemingway's house, you might be able to do that if you're there for a cruise. But like the nightlife is pretty, it's known for its nightlife. You will see things there. People are very out with all their parts sometimes there, but probably not during the day so much. Not a great place for like scuba and snorkeling though. Key West, no beaches really. There's maybe one artificial beach or something.
I'm excited to see Key West.
It's kind of like, it's sort of like a more Florida themed St. Augustine on steroids, but with a lot more like trashy bars. So there, like I said, there are elements of Key West that I've really enjoyed. Some of that historical stuff. Yeah, I don't know why there's not a Shel Silverstein museum there though, because come on.
I'm excited to go because I feel like we've had many potential opportunities to go, and every time it gets like last minute canceled and changed to something else.
Yeah.
Not cruise wise, just like with my mom and stepdad.
Right.
There's been at least 2 or 3 times that we were almost going to go and then didn't.
For us, it would be worth it to do like a dive trip to, say, like Marathon or something, and then just go there for like a night or something like that, or a weekend. Yeah, it's fun. It's just that like when you start pricing it out, I get to like 2 or 3 nights there, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like,
when we were going to do it for New Year's,
this is going to cost me as much as a cruise without the food included.
Yeah,
and no, I can't afford that. I work in an aquarium. Dave and Brandy would also like to try World America. Also give MSC another try. Yeah, we've had really positive experiences on MSC. We like that line. It's not my favorite cruise line, but I do enjoy MSC.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't want to exclusively cruise MSC, but I don't mind like peppering them in for like a different experience. There's
Yeah.
definitely some unique stuff that I do enjoy on MSC. Nothing is as cool as Guy's Burger, but that buffet is something else. Um, Anita is talking about the Pirate Museum in Nassau, I think. I know, but she just said museum. I'm just giving her a hard time because I get to do that to Anita because she knows that I love her. Matt and HT and Viviana, let's do a trip to Key West. Like I said, now maybe if you go in a group and stay in like a house, like we did in St. Augustine, like we were going to all do in St. Augustine, that may get the price more reasonable.
Yeah.
That might actually be the way to do it. And if that's the case, I'd be down for
I would
that.
say we could do something like that in or near Key West, where you and I could go do a dive or something one day, and they're still close enough to Key West that like they're not stuck in the house while we go dive, sort of a thing. Because if we're going down there, we probably want to dive at least once, but the others don't dive.
Not necessarily.
No?
Not a Key West trip. Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I consider those two separate trips, honestly.
Oh.
Like if you and I were going to dive, we could go to Key West, but like if you're going to Key West, you're kind of going to Key West.
Okay. Well, see, I've never been there, so I don't know any better.
Butterfly Museum in Key West and Mel Fisher exhibit. Yeah, is the Mel Fisher? Is that the? There are some cool museums in Key West. There are two like shipwreck. I think one's a pirate-ish museum, and then one's like a shipwreck museum. I think that's the Mel. Is that the Mel Fisher one? Those are cool.
Are the butterflies alive?
I haven't seen the butterfly
I wasn't asking
museum,
you,
but I would assume that they are.
I was asking the person that mentioned it.
I know, but I'm just telling you. There's also, it's not in Key West, but it's, I don't remember which key it's in. There's that diving museum is really cool.
The dive museum was really cool.
But that would not be accessible from a cruise. It's too far.
No.
Stacy says we're doing the hop on, hop off trolley around the area. Yeah, I mean, it's a big area. Like St. Augustine has a trolley. You don't have to do the trolley if you're not going to like the distillery and the winery and stuff.
Yeah, but why would you go to St. Augustine and not do those things?
That's valid. But I mean,
Free tastings, man.
Everything else is really walking distance ish.
Well, Fountain of Youth is further away.
Yeah, but you could walk.
Of course. I mean, you can walk to the distillery and winery too.
Well, what did Stephen Wright say? Every place is walking distance if you have the time. But Key West is a bigger area. Like it wouldn't be practical unless you just really like walking to just walk in Key West, especially if you have limited time. Then you'll be able to see more stuff. But Hemingway's museum is cool because they've got the polydactyl. I think that's what they're called, polydactyl cats. There's an aquarium too. I've never been to it. I've met people that work there, but I've never been there. I'm all about trashy bars.
You're not going to read Patty's? You're just going to click on it and then not read it?
I zoned out. What I'm learning for this chat is I need to book some more cruises. Yes, Patty. Yes, you do.
I know of a really good one you could book. And I know that you think you have a valid excuse.
We'll entertain your children, okay?
Yeah.
Just bring them along.
Bring them along.
Hop bar trolley was a lot of fun. Hop on, hop off. I feel like I'm reading Dr. Seuss. Was a lot of fun.
Is that the Old Town trolley?
Yep. I haven't done the trolley in Key West.
We could get attraction shares when we go down there and do that.
Honestly, like after I just told you that you really need to do the trolley in Key West, when I've been in Key West, I've just walked everywhere. But it is a lot more to do that. It's a lot more effort to do that.
I don't know how much I'm going to be able to walk yet.
Viviana says, I've been to Key West. It was nice. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Viviana, how would you compare Key West to St. Augustine? A little bigger, a little more party. I mean, St. Augustine is not really a party town. Key West is definitely a party town, but there's some similarities in my mind there. The history, the culture, the vibe, except for the party part. Like during the day, the vibe is similar. I would say, you're not going to see you're not going to have a woman walk up to you boobs out in St. Augustine. They would get arrested. But in Key West, that's just another Wednesday or something, so at night. Um, we've only been in Key West once, and that was our first cruise on the Breeze, 2013. Anita says, LOL, yes, I do, Matt. But I don't know if she's saying that too. It's the problem with the delay.
We're behind.
Viviana said, oh, wait a minute. What's JT saying here? What about a boat ride to the Dry Tortugas? So, look, yes, but the Dry Tortugas, that is a long freaking boat ride. I have not been there. I would love to dive the Dry Tortugas. I want to say that boat ride is like 4 or 5 hours. How long does that boat ride take from? It's a long boat ride to the Dry Tortugas. I would definitely like to go to the Dry Tortugas. I would love to scuba dive. Our coral reef exhibit at the aquarium is supposed to be modeled after a coral reef in the Dry Tortugas. So I would love to dive the Dry Tortugas. But it's just expensive and really far. Kimbra, I'm sure we can entertain ourselves while you dive, just saying. Right. Les says we used to rent a house in Duck Key with 2 other couples, made the costs of staying there very affordable. That's what I'm thinking, Les, is like that may be the way to go. And then going in like the kind of an off-peak season would also be ideal to do it that way. When they release a new Margaritaville, let's do a group. Depends on where it's sailing out of. Back in our early days. Back when Hemingway was still living there less. Been visiting Key West. Oh, hello, Virgil. Been visiting Key West since a kid, 1964. All the cheap motels are gone. Cheapest way to visit is on a cruise. But is it the same experience on a cruise? And I agree. That seems like that would be the way to go. We have all these people showing up here that I didn't know were here. The Cam Fam, good evening. Well, good evening to you, Bon Beanie Cam Fam. Welcome aboard. We also like going to St. Augustine. Yeah, I love St. Augustine. Daytime St. Augustine in Key West are similar. Nighttime, that's when they differ. Yeah, nighttime St. Augustine just shuts down. Key West gets a little wild and crazy. So we love cruising to Key West. So if you have both cruised and visited Key West, are those two experiences comparable, or is one better than the other, or are they just different and have their own pluses and minuses? If anybody has that shared experience, let us know what you think. JT says, okay, screw that. Are you talking about the Dry Tortugas? Yeah, look, Google that. Google how long does it take to get the Dry Tortugas from Key West? 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's like 4 or 5 hours. Stacy, I love St. Augustine. Yeah, I love St. Augustine. That's what we should do, like a meetup event in St. Augustine. Like get a big house, see if we can get like 12, 15 people to go to St. Augustine. Wouldn't that be cool?
I would love to do that.
That'd be really fun.
We could potentially, I mean, we can't fit that many people in one house. So if we could find a couple houses near each other.
You never know. There's some big houses there. The Cam Fam says, rumor has it new Margaritaville is coming to Galveston. That's what, that's what Brandy said. Dave and Brandy, I don't know if they're still in here, but she said that. But then she said they took it off the itinerary. So I don't know.
2.5 hours.
Oh, that's not, well, it's still
each way.
Each way. So that's about 5 hours total. But I thought it was like 4 or 5 hours each way. So
this thing is the main way to get from Key West to Dry Tortugas National Park is by taking the Yankee Freedom 3 ferry. Ferry provides a full day experience, including a scenic 2.5-hour cruise each way, time to explore the Fort Jefferson and the surrounding areas, and meals.
But can you dive?
Because this is a 4.5-hour stay at the park.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I think that's just going to the.
Yeah,
it's like a fort.
That's not talking about diving.
It's a fort on an island, which is cool, but
I really like forts.
But 2.5 hours each way.
If I'm going to the Dry Tortugas, I'm diving.
Right. 2.5 hours to go diving. That's like diving around here, but with a much better reef. I don't know. Matt, I remember when the Hemingway house only had 2 cats. LOL. That's funny. 1964, thought I was old. LOL.
Are you wanting to sleep, Marty? You can lay your head down.
Viviana says, the ferry ride to Dry Tortugas National Park from Key West typically, she's Googling it, 2.5 to 3 hours each way. So it could take up to 3 hours, but still. Yeah. Matt, yeah. Still here. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out, by the way. Matt, did you get a new ring? No, this is an older ring. It's one of the, what's his face? What's his name? Guy Harvey rings. It's the hammerhead one. I've been wearing that. I just wanted to change. I have 3 wedding rings, technically, I guess, because I have my real wedding ring. And then
which he doesn't wear.
Which I don't wear because I'm too fat for it right now. And then I've got my little scaly green and
dragon
teal one, and then I've got the Guy Harvey one. But I've been doing programs at the libraries, and I've been doing these how to draw coral reefs and how to draw shark programs, and even the coral reef ones I draw sharks, and I teach people about like coral. And then I teach them how to draw it, and sharks always come up. And the hammerhead sharks, I always ask them, what do you want me to draw when we get past the coral animals? I'm like, let's add some other wildlife to your coral reef. What would you like me to draw? And except for this week, everybody has said sharks. And then I say, well, what kind of shark do you want me to draw? And they almost always say hammerhead. I think one time when you were with me, they said great white. But which great whites aren't really on coral reefs, so not super appropriate, but they might pass through. But hammerheads could be. So hammerhead is my favorite shark, the hammerhead group in general. So there you go. The Camp Fam says they took it off the parking thing because Margaritaville wants to make a big announcement. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I have never been to Galveston. I lived in Houston for like a month, went back in my youth. And I was going to go to Galveston, but I was planning on being in Houston for longer, and then I wasn't. So I've never been there, but I did like Houston a lot. People there were really friendly. Almost unnervingly so, but I liked it. I also learned that they call all sodas Cokes, because I ordered a Coke and they said, what kind? And I said, I told you what.
A cola.
Yeah, a Coke. Okay, but like a Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper, or I'm like, no, a Coke. Anyway, I'm from the Midwest, so it was a cultural experience for me. It's a long boat ride. It is a long boat ride. Virgil says, "Oh, for the days when elk and staghorn coral were plentiful, plus $15 motels." Virgil, I don't have a lot of experience going back that far because I did get scuba certified in 1986 when I turned 15, but I was in Missouri. I did take one trip with teenagers. I joined the Scouts for like a week to go on this trip, and we went diving in the Keys for a week. And I wish I had better memories of exactly what the reef looked like because I'm sure it looks better than it did now. It is sad to see the state that it's in, but it's still a coral reef. I still enjoy it, but yeah, when you don't know what you're missing. JT says, let's talk about snorkel and maybe diving Sunday. Okay, always happy to talk about those things. Don't worry, I have Harvey wedding ring as well. I know you do. I've seen it. Very, very true statement. First moved to Houston, the same thing. Yeah, like, oh, and I should have noticed you literally have Texas as your as your logo there. I moved to Houston, and by myself, I was like, I don't know, 21, maybe 19, I don't know, and by myself. So I didn't know anybody, and I went to like a bar or something, and people were like really friendly to the point where I was like suspicious of it because that's not how people are in Missouri. So I was like, what do you want? But they didn't want anything. They just wanted to be friendly people. And I really enjoyed them. Staghorn Coral. LOL at Staghorn Coral. Okay. So, Virgil, let me ask you this. What is the best reef you've ever dove on? Since you are obviously a fellow scuba diver, where is it? Like, generally, because I can tell you from my experience, the most healthiest reef I've ever dove on was in the Dominican Republic, surprisingly. And because I say surprisingly because it's not a place I hear about for coral reefs. I mean, not as widely as like other places. What about you, Kimbra? What was the healthiest reef you've seen? I think I know the answer.
Does it have to be diving or can it be snorkeling?
It's just being on it in any capacity. Curacao, yeah.
Mama Beach.
Yeah, Mambo Beach, getting over that hump. That would probably be my number 2 of healthiest reefs. Because sadly, like Bonaire, man, it's just heartbreaking. The disease on that coral reef was just heartbreaking. But JT says reef aquariums, man. Well, I have much less knowledge of reef aquariums, except that I work at one, but I don't take care of them. I take care of the things with scales and lungs. But we can talk about reef aquariums. That's cool. Stacy says, Matt, did you ever hear anything back from MSC coral conservation people? No, I have not. As a matter of fact, I get emails from them now. This are standard emails that go out. I see that they hired some people and officially, I think, opened their coral conservation area. No, but no response to my query. I actually I was thinking about that when I saw that email. I was like, should I send another message out and see if they can explain it, or should I just let it go? So I don't know.
You could send another message and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I've been getting your updates, and I see that you're doing this. I'm genuinely curious about this.
Yeah. What are you really doing? What are you actually doing?
Can somebody reach out?"
Because the explanation I got didn't make any sense. I hope it is just a communication issue, and that they are doing or are going to do, because I don't think they've done anything really yet, some real serious, helpful coral conservation, or at least improve your messaging at the island so that somebody that knows a little bit about coral doesn't go, "What are you talking about?"
And if you're going to give a tour of the island, don't do it on the last day after we've seen it.
Yeah, that's a different kind of complaint, but it is a legitimate complaint.
Yeah, but he sold it as something else.
No, I like I said, that's a legitimate complaint, but it's not.
And we missed our entire day there.
We did. Yeah, it was frustrating. El Smobrero Reef off University of Miami Research Island, Pigeon Key. Okay. Was that like a recent-ish dive, or was that like going back a little bit? Like basically what I'm trying to
If
get
we
at
go
is,
now, will it be pretty for us too?
right. Well, does it still look good? The aquarium I work at, before it got closed again, we were doing a lot of work with Cuba, and apparently their coral reefs are in really good shape, because we were trying to figure out what they're doing right. It's probably just not having so many people there, but also how they could preserve their coral reef and keep it more pristine. But apparently their reefs are really nice there. So I'd love to be able to dive Cuba. And I'd also like to see the island where the Cuban crocodiles are. But I don't think anybody's allowed there. I don't know if anybody can go there unless it's like I don't know. I don't know. Most people don't want to go there, but I do. So, I mean, the island, that little island. What is that island called? I can't think of the name of it. Anyway.
You can only travel to Cuba, but not for general tourism.
Right. But if you're not an American citizen, you can.
Well, right, but I'm talking about you.
Right. Yes.
You asked about you. I don't care about the other person.
There are ways around that.
I know. It says
you can travel to another place that stamps a passport and then fly in there. Because I've known people who've done that. But I still don't know that they go to, gosh, why can't I even think of the name of the island? It's a little island just south of the main island of Cuba. Driving me nuts. And it's like the mainstay of the Cuban crocodile.
Isla de Juventud. Zapata Swamp and the
Zapata Swamp. Zapata Swamp's like a little mangrove swamp. That's
Isla de Juventud.
Is that where Zapata Swamp is located?
They are found only in Cuba's Zapata Swamp in the southwest and Lanier Swamp on Isla de Juventud.
Okay, it's
which listed, I'm sure I'm saying wrong.
They're always referenced as Zapata Swamp, and the map usually that's what you see as Zapata Swamp. So, yeah, I don't know if there's island names, or there. I'm sure there are, but I don't know them. But it's a small habitat, very, very, very small habitat, which is why they're so endangered. So, Cuban crocodiles, but I'd like to see them.
You gonna fall off, Marty? Do you need to crawl? Okay, that works.
Les says, Matt, you want a good laugh? We went to Cuba on an educational visa, loved it, had our own private guide, unconventional island tour, stayed away from the tourist areas. Why did that make me laugh? That sounds awesome. Um, yeah, I'd like to see Cuba. I mean, I know when they were doing the cruises there, though, it was very supposedly
My mom and Rob went to Cuba.
very different experience. Like you had to do something that was it had to fit certain criteria.
Yeah, that's what the thing said when I looked it up.
Yeah, which is fine, I guess. But and I'd be interested in some of that. But I also am interested in the wildlife of Cuba. So, not recent 1970 scuba certification, 68. Again, 2018 certified. Well, I'm glad you're still diving. Yeah, I got it. 1986. In 1986, you had to be 15 years minimum to get scuba certified, and you got a junior certification, which meant you could only dive with an adult until you turned 16, and then you had full open water scuba certification. So that's what I did. Now, the age for junior scuba divers is 10?
I think it's 10.
10.
Our scuba camp we do for 12 to 15.
10?
Yeah, but you can be 10.
Now, honestly, I would have been ready to dive when I was 10. Like I was definitely would have been ready to dive when I was. The only thing I don't know if I'd have been able to do, because I struggled when I was 15, was hauling those air tanks around.
I still can't do that.
Those air tanks were, they're heavy. They're real heavy. And back then, I think they were all steel. And I don't remember if they were aluminum ones.
I can't even carry the aluminum ones.
But I'm pretty sure I had steel ones. And I remember like lugging those things around. I don't think my 10-year-old butt could have lifted an air tank. I don't know. 1986, I was 13. I turned 15 in 1986, JT, and I got my scuba certification ASAP.
In 1986.
Yeah, you weren't even alive yet.
I was not.
You were 2 years away.
Mm-hmm.
In the Boy Scouts, I was in Indian Guides a little bit when I was a kid, but like I said, I joined because the trip was like a scout trip. So I had to join the Boy Scouts. I think it was like, I don't know if it was Eagle Scouts, because don't you have to like do things to get into that? But it was like that level because I was 15. So we didn't do anything scout related. It was just kind of a formality to get me on the trip. But it was fun. We all went down in a van. The owner of the dive shop drove the van. He drove straight down. Nobody else drove that van, just him. Trailer in the back with all our scuba gear. And there were, I don't remember how many there were, 10, 12 of us maybe. We stayed at, what is that, like an Air Force base in Homestead. We slept on cots. And then we played spades and racquetball. We ate in the mess hall at the military base. And then we went diving. We stopped in Orlando. We went to Epcot on the way down, I think. But other than that, we were down there. We dove we went on 2 dives a day. And then the one day we did also a night dive. And only me and this other girl went with our dive guy, the driver, the owner of the dive shop. We were the only 2 that would go. Everybody else was like, we're too tired. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you're not going to go on a night dive? Like, you're in Florida? I'm going to dive every time you let me dive. I'm going to dive. And I did. And it was amazing. And that night dive was really freaking cool because we were on a sandy area and we all like knelt down in the sand, and we turned our lights off, and we waved our hands in the water, and all the bioluminescent lit up. It was freaking amazing. So
There's a lot of messages.
yeah, JT says, "Shut up, HT." Oh, well, if you're HT, I guess about the 1986 thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm like the youngest one in here, and I'm the one that can't walk right now. So
It's valid. Viviana was 3 in '86. At least you were here, Viviana. Stacy was 16, got his driver's license in 1986. Les was 41 in 1986. And JT says, damn. You know what? We all get old. We all age. It's happening.
And eventually some of us are born.
And eventually some of us are born. Yep, that is true. Oh, I had jury duty. That was Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I actually got to do something. I didn't get selected for a trial, but I at least didn't just sit there and then get dismissed. I went into a courtroom and they asked a bunch of questions, but they only asked me one thing, and then I answered, and they didn't even respond to my answer. They just moved on. So I don't know. I understood the concept. They asked me to define what burden of proof meant, and I explained it. People were struggling with that, and then they just went on, and then that was it. So, but at least I got to go in the courtroom and see that part of the process. Gina was 9 in 1986.
You skipped one. There you go.
Brandy was 2 in 1986. Dave was 9 in 1986. Virgil, yep, all steel as hell. Ex-Navy frogman, was instructor, very tough instructor, loved to night dive. So I was the kid. We had an ex-military guy. He was my dive instructor. Real good experience with him. He wasn't. I mean, he was confident and he made you feel comfortable, but I wouldn't call him like tough. But you knew if you were in trouble, he was gonna help you. He wasn't like a Navy frogman or anything. I don't know what part of the military he was in, but you know who I was. I'm the kid who is like, so if you are like surrounded by sharks, giving this hypothetical question, just because I wanted to talk about sharks. I wanted to see sharks. I wasn't afraid of sharks, but I was that kid. I've taught many of those kids, and I try and remember that I was also that kid when I get those kids. Matt, where is there a place in Florida you currently can see bioluminescence? So there was a bioluminescence tour offered at Siesta Key when we went down to stay with her mom and stepdad. I don't know how good it is.
Well, when I Googled it, it was like, now is the time of year.
Yeah, you got to hit it right.
But the timing didn't work for us to do it.
I feel like there's bioluminescence stuff that happens in maybe Canaveral or Daytona or someplace in that stretch, but I don't know 100%. When we saw it, we were in the Keys, and it was like they told us about it, and when the boat went out at night, like you could see it in the chop of the motor. Now, when Kimber and I went night diving in the Keys, we didn't see any bioluminescence. So I guess it was just the wrong time of year when we were there or something, or I don't know. After that, if you watch the movie Jaws, unless I imagined it, I haven't looked in many years, you could see the bioluminescence in the chop. But
so
I don't know if that's my little imagination.
Indian River Lagoon and its surrounding areas.
that's on the other coast, right?
Yep.
That's like kind of Canaveral area.
Space Coast.
Yeah.
Being specifically the Banana River, Mosquito Lagoon, and Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge are known for their glowing waters, especially during the summer months.
There you go.
So
I think my dive trip was in the summer, but it had to have been. I would have been in school otherwise. So there, yeah, that's where. I don't know how good it is. I know like Puerto Rico has that. I've seen that as an excursion in Puerto Rico. If you're there overnight or in the evening.
I really want to go spend like a few days in Puerto Rico. So they say it's time to get off.
Oh.
That's what that means.
Oh, okay. I think the animal lights just went off too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The lights are going off because I set them to go off because we should be ending.
Gotcha. Stacy says I was an alternate on a jury one time. They settled out of court after one day of trial. The trial that I would have been on would have been one day. It was a petty theft trial, which, I always say like I understand my civic duty and I'm happy to do it. I just hate going and sitting in a room for like 5 hours and then getting sent home. And I've been called to jury duty 3 times in the last 5 years, and once more in the last 10 years. And before that, I had never been called. So happy to do it. I just like to participate. JT saying thank you for your service. Whoa. Puerto Rico. Les is saying thanks. Cocoa Beach has bioluminescence tours. Viviana says, great live tonight. Have a safe weekend. Thank you.
Les.
Thank you, Les. Virgil says, instructor would turn your air off and jerk the regulator out of your mouth at 60 feet. That is rough. Yeah. That's probably not allowed by Patty and Nowie and all those places now. I bet that would be frowned on at this point. Live life to the fullest. Yes, sir. Ed got picked to sit on a jury. That's fun. Great live tonight. Thank you, Brandy. Army SF, that means something. I don't know. It's not San Francisco. Here. And everybody have a great weekend. I guess you guys are all saying goodbye. It is that time. You know what? Our internet stayed the whole night. So that's exciting.
I even managed to crawl on the floor and plug stuff in.
She did. She did indeed.
I couldn't do last week.
She did indeed. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out. A few of you will see tomorrow and the next day. But for the rest of you guys, as far as I know, we should be live this time
next week.
And so guys, have a good weekend, and we'll see you later. Oh, hang on. Ed says, I got on trial. The guy went in a schnook store and loaded up a cart with seafood and walked right out with it. The video showed it all. So it was kind of an open and shut case.
That's funny.
All right. Good night, everybody.